What's in the box? I have no idea what's in the box. Sandy, do you know what's in the box? Do you know what's in the box? Are you curious? Shall we find out what's in the box? Welcome to the G. Louise book series. Sorry about that. I'm Christina, Kristina. This is where I read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music. My laptop is on boxes. Boxes that we will have to unbox. So, I have no idea what's in these boxes. I haven't even looked. It's a complete mystery to me. I don't know. I really don't know. So let's see what's in here. These are discards. They're going to go to some local charities. I may keep one or two, but most of them will go to just churches. I have a church I give some books to. They have a little library in their church and some local charities. So, Meg Gardiner, The Nightmare Thief. Autumn Rain expects something special for her 21st birthday. Daddy's already bought her the sports car, the apartment, and admission to a private college where she parties away her weekends. Now she wants excitement and she's going to get it. Her father signs up Autumn and 5 friends for an ultimate urban reality game, a simulated drug deal, manhunt, and jailbreak. It's a high-priced version of Cops and Robbers, played with fake guns and fast cars on the streets of San Francisco. Edge Adventures alerts the SFPD ahead of time that a crime simulation is underway so the authorities can ignore the squealing tires and desperate cries for help, which is convenient for the gang of real kidnappers zeroing in on their target and a mammoth payday because Daddy doesn't know that someone has spotted his hedge fund bulging profits and the path to riches runs right through Daddy's little girl. Why do they throw this stuff away? 2011. Darn it! We're up to 2013 with Flashback Monday. That would have been a good addition. I have no idea. Elizabeth Lowell. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Elizabeth Lowell. Art dealer and owner of her own design studio, Perfect Touch, Sarah Medina travels the world to find the ideal artwork for her clients. Her sophisticated, comfortable life in San Francisco is light years away from the poverty of her family's dairy farm. Sarah worked too hard to get out of the rural country to want to go back for more than just a brief visit, even for someone as enticing as her new client, Jay Vermillion, a man with dozens of fine art paintings that could kick her career up into the stratosphere. Jay recently inherited Vermillion Ranch, a working ranch near Wyoming's breathtaking Tetons and the estates of the rich and restless. While Jay was fighting in 2 wars, his father tried to keep the homestead running until illness stole his fight and then his life. Jay is determined to restore Vermillion Ranch, the fruit of generations of his ancestors. But first he's got to settle a vicious battle with his shaming former stepmother and greedy half-brother over the paintings that belonged to his late father. Interesting. Let's see. The print is 2015. I have got to get some Sab. I don't know, can you see it? Right there. I burnt my arm at dinner and I forgot to put ice on it. My lady! Did we not just, well, we did her alter ego the other day. We did J.D. Robb. We did my Eve Dallas book 60. Oh, go check it out. Hurry up. Go check it out. I did all 60 books. Actually, there's more than 60. Because in the beginning, we wrote 3 Noras a year and 4 J.D. Robbs. 2 hardcovers and 2 novellas. We don't do the novellas anymore, but we still do the hardcovers. 3 Fates. We might keep this one. She was shimmering silver, small enough to fit in the palm of his hand. He took possession of her on an impulse, never knowing that she was more than just a trinket, who might fetch a pretty price in a pawn shop at the next port. Then a thunderous explosion rocked the ship in mere minutes, so many fates were changed. When the Lusitania sank, more than 1,000 people died. One passenger who survived became a changed man, giving up his life as a petty thief through keeping the small silver statue he lifted. A family heirloom to future generations. Now, nearly a century later, that statue, one of a priceless, long-separated set of three, has been snatched from the Sullivans, and Malachi, Gideon, and Rebecca Sullivans are determined to recover their great-great-grandfather's treasure and reunite the three fates. We might keep this one. I like Miss Roberts. Let's see. Jesus, this is early. This is early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. She was only on the 14th book of Eve Dallas. And we just did the 60th. 2002. Oh! Have you not heard of Miss Steele? Miss Danielle Steele? And it's the good paper, too. I always say that when a publisher knows that an author's going to sell well, they use the good paper. Here is the story of Paris under the shadow of the Great War as emigres and fugitives struggle to survive, as taxi drivers and seamstresses, ballet dancers, as poverty and war devastated all Europe, threatening their last safe haven and their world's freedom. 1988. I have no idea. Victoria Holt, The Captive. In Rosetta Cranley's 18th year, her happy, if uneventful London life is suddenly shattered when her first ocean voyage ends in a shipwreck off the African coast. Only the quick thinking of a mysterious young deckhand, John Player, saves her and the debonair Lucas Lortimer from the merciless rage of the sea. Adrift in a lifeboat, the three are washed up on a deserted island. As Rosetta grows closer to John, she learns his true identity and his seemingly hopeless fate. He is accused of his stepbrother's murder and is destined to be forever a fugitive from England. Instead of the rescue they all long for, they are discovered by pirates and taken captive. Only Lucas is able to buy his freedom. With her golden sun-bleached hair and blue eyes, Rosetta is too choice a prize to let slip away. She and John are sold to a powerful Turkish pasha. A prisoner in his harem, Rosetta is drawn into the intrigues and rivalries of palace wives. 1989. First edition. Paper. Let's see. Legacy of Hero. I think it's Hero. Larry Niven, Jerry Pournelle, and Stephen Barnes. The legend that tells Beowulf came to Heorot Hall to help strangers. He was a grim man, a killer, a warrior, welcome only because a ravening monster named Grendel was raiding the hall for human meat. Light years from Earth on Tau Ceti, 200 courageous men and women sponsored by the National Geographic Society have created a seemingly idyllic paradise called Avalon. Crops flourish, the climate is favorable, and the colony quickly settles into an easygoing lifestyle, but Avalon holds a lethal secret. 1987. Dessert First. Dean Gloucester. The little Blue. Upbeat, that's Kat, the girl in the family who everyone turns to when things get difficult, especially now when her beloved younger brother Beep is in his second leukemia relapse and a bone marrow transplant from Kate may be his only chance. But Kat's worried that she and her bone marrow may not be up to the job. She can't even complete homework and facing other rejection, lost friendships, a lost spot on the soccer team, and lots of heartache from her crush on her former best friend Evan. She doesn't know if her bone marrow will save Beep or whether she can save herself, let alone keep her promise. 2016. The Salt Holy Goddard Jones? I have no idea. The Salt Line? After the country's borders have receded behind a salt line, a ring of scorched earth that protects its citizens and deadly diseases, carrying ticks, a group of adrenaline junkies pay a fortune to tour what's left of nature, no longer held captive by their society's common fear. Lured outside the city, the salt line promises of skies full of stars and true autumn foliage. The group, a pop star and his girlfriend Edie, the tech giant Wes, and Marta, the wife of a wealthy businessman, find themselves at the mercy of deadly ticks and the center of a murderous plot. Discard. C.S. Friedman or Friedman? This alien, sure. These might show up on Star Trek. Um, with her highly acclaimed Cold Fire trilogy, C.S. Friedman proved herself a storyteller of amazing power and infinite subtlety, blending elements of fantasy, science fiction, and horror to examine the nature of human desire for knowledge and the dangerous covenants necessary to attain it. Now, in this alien shore, she turns her talents once again to science fiction in an epic story which examines and explores what it means to be human. It's the second age of space colonization. The first age, humanity's initial attempt to people to the stars, ended in disaster when it was discovered that Earth's original subliminal drive did lasting genetic damage to all who used it, permanently mutating Earth's far-flung colonists in mind and body. Okay. 1998. We got a little yellow there. It's bright smoke, cold fire. When the mysterious fog of the ruining crepe over the world, the living dead and the dead rose, only the city of Viyara was left untouched. As the heirs of Viyara, most powerful and wearing families, Mahyanai, Romeo and Juliet, Catresou, share a love deeper than duty, honor, even life, but the magic laid on Juliet at birth compels her to punish her clan's enemies, and Romeo has just killed her cousin Tybalt, which means he must die. Not good. There's a box of tea. Chris Colfer, Tale of Sorcery. And a broken. No wonder we're discard. The spine is broken. We're gonna need some tape. Ah, the whole center's broken. Ah, definitely gonna need some tape. Buy Still Evergreen is running out of time. It has been almost 1 year since she made a deal with death to destroy the immortal in exchange for her life, but she still hasn't found a single clue about who or where the immortal is. To make matters worse, something dark and malignant has risen from the deep within the earth, threatening life as we know it. 2021. Jeez, that bad shape after a couple of years? Ugh. The Office of the Dead, Book 3 of the Roth Trilogy, Andrew Taylor. Janet Byfield has everything Wendy Applegate lacks. Beautiful. She has a handsome husband, a clergy on the verge of promotion, and most of all, she has an adorable little daughter, Rosie. So when Wendy's life falls apart, it's to her oldest friend, Janet, that she turns. At first, it seems Wendy as though nothing can touch the Byfields' perfect existence in 1950 Cathedral Close, Rosington. But old sins gradually come back to haunt the present, and new sins are bred in their place. The shadow of death seeps through the close, and only Wendy the outsider is able to glimpse the truth. 1999. Ah, I just dropped this. Huh. Now there's someone you haven't heard in a while. Alright, let me just see if we can. I need to put this other one in. There we go. Ah, Ray Bradbury, The Halloween Tree. I could have used this a couple months ago. On Halloween night, 8 trick-or-treaters gather at the haunted house by the edge of town, ready for adventure, but whom something whisked their friend Pip away. Only one man can help the boys find him. Join the sinister Carpace Clavicle Moundshroud as he takes them on an unforgettable journey through space and time. Walter Cheeves, Mockingbird. Oh, we didn't. Let me see. These may end up in Star Trek. 1972. Walter Tevis, Mockingbird. In a dying world where humans are drugged and lulled by electronic bliss, where there is no art, no literature, and there are no children, where some would rather burn themselves alive than endure, Spotforth is the most perfect machine ever created, but his only desire is the impossible, to cease to be. Yet there is hope in this bleak, depressing time. Hope in the passion and joy that a man and woman discover love in books. Okay. Awakening, Edward LAZELLAR. Otherworldly magic collides with modern times, and the fate of two worlds hangs in the balance. Cal McDonald is happily married New York cop with loving family. Seth Raincraft is a photographer whose self-involved nature has alienated even his closest friends. They have nothing in common except they suffer from retrograde amnesia. It's as if they just appeared out of thin air 13 years ago and nothing has been able to restore their memories since. Oh, it's 2011. We just did her the other day. We just talked about her the other day. For Valentine's. We just did her she has a Valentine's book. See, driving home from a dinner party in the village of Sumpton Harcourt, Rory and Molly DeVere, the new vicar and his wife, strain to see the road ahead, and then suddenly brake, screeching to a halt. Right in front of them, aglow in the headlights, a body hangs from a gnarled tree at the edge of town. An elderly spinster has been murdered, and the villagers are bewildered as to who could commit such a crime. Agatha Raisin rises to the occasion, a little glad for the excitement to tell the truth, after a long run of lost cats and divorces on the books. But when two more murders follow the first, Agatha begins to fear for her reputation and even her life. Let's see. 2017. This might be a keeper. I'll have to see. I really don't have too much room here. Oh, I gotta put this Valentine's stuff away. Forgot all about that. The Wisp of a Thing. Alex Bledsoe, The Hum and Shiver was named one of the best fiction books of 2011. Now Bledsoe returns to the isolated ridges and hollows of Smoky Mountains to spin an equally enchanting tale of music and magic older than the hills. Touched by a very public tragedy, musician Rob Quillen comes to Cloud County, Tennessee, in search of a song said to be carved in stone that might ease his aching heart. All he knows is the mysterious and reclusive Tufa is what he has read on the internet, that they are an enigmatic clan of swarthy black-haired mountain people whose historical roots are lost in myth and controversy. Some people say that when the first white settlers came to the Appalachians centuries ago, they found the Tufa already here. Others hint that the Tufa blood brings special gifts. 2013. Why would Discord? Wonder. What? We'll have to check this out. We're doing 2013 now for Flashback Monday. So we shall see. Oh, good God. Mr. Patterson, Mary. FBI agent Alex Cross is on vacation with his family in Disneyland when he gets a call from the director. A top actress has been shot outside her home in Beverly Hills. Go check out my video for this. We're doing all the Alex Crosses. James R. BENN, A Mortal Terror. In his time investigating crimes for both the Boston cops and General Eisenhower, Lieutenant Billy Boyle hasn't encountered a serial killer. But now Billy finds himself in Italy in pursuit of a murderer with a chilling agenda, taking out top American brass on the eve of one of the major battles of World War II. Two officers, a lieutenant and a captain from the American troops stationed in Caserta, Italy, have been found murdered. The MOs are completely different, and it seems like the officers have no connection to each other. But one circumstance links the murderers. Each body was discovered with a single playing card. The lieutenant, the 10 of hearts, the captain, the jack of hearts. The implications is clear. If the murderer isn't apprehended, higher ranks are next. Billy is sent to Italy for the investigation, which grows increasingly sinister. To make matters worse, he learns that his kid brother Danny is being sent to Italy as an infantry replacement, which will quickly place him in harm's way. Oh. 2011. We're almost finished with the book. Oh, Stephanie, the Sinsters. You'll have to go check out my Sinsters video. This is way up there. Penelope Ashford, Sinster's younger sister, has grown up with every advantage, wealth, position, and beauty. Yet Penelope is anything but a pretty face to a satin gown, forceful, willful, and blunt to a fault. She has for years devoted her considerable energy and intelligence to caring for the forgotten orphans of London society. But now her charges are mysteriously disappearing, and she turns to Barnaby Adair. So this is where Barnaby gets married. I don't think he gets married. Maybe he does get married. They got the family tree in here too. These are one of the older ones. Last two books. I'm gonna need this box again. I'm gonna have to put all these books back in it. the one and only Ivan Scholastic. Ivan is an easygoing gorilla living in a shopping mall. He has grown accustomed to humans watching him through the glass walls of his domain. He rarely misses his life in the jungle. In fact, he hardly ever thinks about it at all. Instead, Ivan thinks about TV shows he's seen, his friends Stella and Bob, and painting. Then he meets Ruby, a baby elephant taken from her family, and she makes Ivan see their home and his own art through his new eyes. When Ruby arrives, changed comes with her, and it's up to Ivan to make change for the better. And our final book, Long Lankin. I can't even. Lindsay Barraclough. When Cora and her little sister Mimi are sent to stay with their great aunt in the isolated village of Briar's Garden, they receive a less than warm welcome and are desperate to go back to London. But Auntie Ida's life was devastated the last time the two girls were at Gowden Hall, and now her niece's arrival has reawakened the evil that has lain wait for years. Why would her nieces? A haunting voice in an empty room, a strange scarred man lurking in the graveyard, mysterious words scrawled on the walls of the abandoned church, all point to a horrifying truth that has upheld Briar's Garden in its grip for centuries, a truth that Cora, along with Roger and Peter, the two young village boys, must uncover before it's too late for Mimi. And 2011. And that's the end of this box. So please go check out Flashback Mondays. Please check out Star Trek Next Generation Fridays and If Then Fridays and my daily book reviews. And please hit the like and subscribe. And look forward to another boxing next week, as I've got a huge batch this week. A huge batch. So please check them all out. I gotta figure out. I guess this was some mystery, some teen, some sci-fi, something. I'll have to figure out what to say. Do you think you'd read any of these? We'll have to see. Have a good one.